Flashing lights in the dark baritone hum. Engines scream till the wild hearts succumb. Virtual roads where the asphalt sweat fire, chasing glory through the chaos of desire. Your TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Science going for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Tires calling for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Strap me in, fuel me with untamed speed. Data in the storm, all the rush I need. Glitches on the edge, chaos in the stream. Sim racing paradise, unraveling the sea. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Flashing lights in the dark baritone hum. Engines scream till the wild hearts succumb. Virtual roads where the asphalt sweat fire, chasing glory through the chaos of desire. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Science going for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Tires calling for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. lightning speed. Data in the storm, all the rush I need. Glitches on the edge, chaos in the stream. Sim racing paradise, unraveling the sea. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag a flag, every moment extreme. No TV, we're living the dream. Flashing lights in the dark, baritone hum. Engine scream till the wild hearts succumb. Virtual roads where the asphalt sweat fire. Chasing glory through the chaos. Touch screaming louder to the range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber is rolling, the fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pound and engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul.
Welcome, guys, to Nerd TV for another Global Racing League Truck Series race live from the simulated Talladega Superspeedway, where the NASCAR boys just wrapped it up for the weekend. And now it's time to do some simulated truck action here to end off the week as we get our countdown to green started off, presented by Icon Apparel Company. And 3 races left in the season. This, Martinsville and Phoenix, will bring it down to crown our champion for the 2025 season. Here is the race and weather information. Open setups, 3 sets of tires, 3 green-white checkered attempts with 79 degrees on the track there. Air temp 68 and very cloudy, very foggy out here. So visibility down low, almost 10-mile-an-hour winds. And there you go. There's your setup for tonight's race. My name is Jeremy Stanley. To my right side, co-partner producer Dustin Logston with the fancy fun graphics tonight. Welcome in new colors.
Yeah, got some new colors going on, stuff we've been working on behind the scenes. We talked to the admins over here at the Global Racing League and asked, hey, can we sit here and test it out before we roll out for the 2026 broadcast season? And they said, abso-freaking-lutely. So here we are, man, at my favorite track, Talladega. Was hoping for some more drivers. Apparently the production call out can only go so far. We only have so much influence, but 10 drivers, but still it's a wild card race, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say it can't be a great show, right? Just please don't wreck on lap 5. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, that'd be fantastic. We can just keep this green flag, run some 3 wide, a lot of 2 wide. You can make some fun out of it still. And as far as the points go, I need to pull those up still, but it's just down to just a few drivers, Dustin. We're 3 races left. They'd run a 10-race season in the playoffs, if you will. I guess you can just call it postseason because it's not a playoff format. And hopefully NASCAR goes back to this kind of thing starting next year.
I'm hoping. I mean, a lot of talks on it. It would be great. Some type of different format than what they have right now would be fantastic. But I know that as you pull the points up, points are getting very, very close. Especially in that top 5 bracket there after the last couple races. We've had some performances by some of the playoff drivers that probably not up to where they were wanting and probably put the points a little closer than what they would really like. But nonetheless, it's going to be a good one, Jeremy. It really is. I mean, playoff implications always play a big factor, especially at a wild card track.
Yeah, 100%. Points are pulled up. So how it looks is Michael Thorpe Jr. has a 4-point lead over Bobby Mantle after last week's race, where Michael Thorpe gave up some points. Brought the top two really close to one another. Third place, Jonathan Gaston, the only driver to make every single start in the season. Back at it again tonight. He's 17 points out. Fourth place, EJ Luna, 1 point behind him, minus 18. And then fifth on back, I'm going to consider outs because of the lack of driver count. Dustin Franklin, minus 30. Technically, by mathematics standards, is still available to win this thing. I just, based on performance and driver count, I'm going to count the top five, or fifth on back, out. So Michael Thorpe, Bobby Mantle, Jonathan Gaston, EJ Luna. That's who's going for the championship in these final three races.
Yeah, and it's super tough, especially now when you need that driver count there to allow you to gain more points. Flip side, it also allows you to lose more points. So in a situation, like Michael Thorpe Jr., Bobby Mantle, it's a good thing because you don't risk losing that many points if something happens. But for drivers that are further out, like you said, outside that top five, it pretty much locks you out of a chance to try to gain any of those points back because you don't have the driver count there. Every driver in here is 1 point positionally that they can gain and or lose. So it gets tough. But those top five, man, it's really close.
All right, as we're kicking this thing over to qualifying, we're going to get our cameras off your screens. We're going to go full screen on this qualifying session. And since there's only so many drivers qualifying, let's touch up on a couple things behind the scenes, Dustin. I think that'd be better worth of our time because, as much as qualifying is not important at Talladega, when you have 10 drivers, it's even less important. So we got new colors. We have everything new. You've been just strongly just avoiding your family to make this happen. I'm just joking on that comment, but it seems like it. It's because you put in so much work day in, day out. And you're going to see a bunch of graphics, including the little one right there. The core set up there on the top right, that's all different. Things are way much easier for you and cough me in 2026, where I'll be doing the buttons sometimes, and Dustin will just have the leisure of just talking. Wouldn't that be wild?
That is going to be a change, man. I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know how to handle that.
I don't know. I'm going to be starting off with 30 drivers, and I'm going to press all the wrong buttons. Victor Laneson's going to pop up on lap 5. I don't know what's going to happen, but that'll be fun. You'll see everything. This is we've kind of rolled it out the last week, just a touch, and it was like very just beta mode. Now this is full blown, completed. If you see any issues when you watch this back, because I know we only have 3 viewers right now, so when the drivers do watch this back and you hear my voice talking about it, just look for anything that might seem off, and then so we'll get that corrected, and then will be finalized for 2026. I think you've ran a couple beta tests. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, so now we're back to 2 platforms, not just one. I love our YouTube platform, don't get me wrong. Twitch just comes in a little better quality, so give us some love on the Twitch. And since we're back live to that, thanks to a very fancy plugin, and this is gonna be great stuff, man.
Yeah, a lot of work went in behind the scenes, and I did do some testing on it before putting it live for a league that has chartered our services. Did a number of broadcasts in the iRacing official C Open top splits. No commentary on it, so no voice, but everything else was as is. So it ran, splendid. Fantastic in those. So I'm hoping for the same thing here. But it's a little different now because now we're commentating, so I have my commentator hat on as well as my producer hat. So we'll see how good I've acclimated myself to the buttons on this side here. But qualifying is underway. We got a couple drivers already posting time. Don Blazer has already posted time. Danny White has already posted time as well. So 54.6 is the current pole time. Gaston has come in at a 55.2. So starting to come in, Jeremy, but a lot of these drivers, that first lap's that throwaway lap. They're trying to build up all the speed they can as we're on board with Michael Thorpe Jr. right now. You've seen him run that high line, longest route around the track, most time to try to get those RPMs and get that speed built up.
Yep, it's 2 laps and done here. Some people run 1 lap. Um, Even if there's 2 laps posted in the session, sometimes they'll run 1. So it's kind of weird how that works. But all in all, you see right there a hug in this double yellow line. This is the fastest way around in qualifying, of course. Very, very just lightly turned into turn 3 there. So you don't need to arc the corner in turn 3 hardly at all. Turn 1 you do just a little bit. In turn 3 you don't need to. He's just hugging this yellow line, keeping it there. He's not going to shift up at all. Some drivers like to maybe cut the apron here. I personally don't like it. I know people do it though, and it works. Just no friction equals less speed. As he crosses the line there, he's going to take, what's that, P4 right now for the 34.
Yeah, P4 for the 34. Bobby Mantle is on that top spot right now, and Jeremy, we got a little something when it comes to Bobby Mantle. Something new that we're trying as well. Bobby wanted to try it out. He wanted to be part of the broadcast there a little bit. So we actually have a VR scene, and you see Bobby as well. So that's something that we're going to kind of be tapping into throughout tonight's racing event as well. Part of our Caffeine Team Driver Cams presented by Brez Coffee Company. So that should be fun.
Ballsy move, Dustin. Bring up that camera before he hits the track for race time. You know, he could be doing some web browsing in that VR headset. You never know.
You never know. You never know.
He's looking at him. He's looking at the iRacing scene. I'm sure he's focused, and it's fine. Just all jokes aside there, but maybe just got, what, 5 seconds. That's all it is. So that's it. Times are posted. Bobby Mantle, P1 out of the 7 times posted. And we're going to get this thing lined up. But beforehand, we're going to thank our sponsor, the one that counts us down to the green every single Sunday night. That's going to be Icon Apparel Company. That's iconapparelcompany.com. And you're going to go there. And if you want a customized esports jersey, feel free. Design it straight from the website. Move it right into production. And then Scott and them will ship it right to you afterwards. Good turnaround. Great quality. The product's full color. It's not toned down at all. So if you're looking for vibrant colors, they got you at iconapparelcompany.com. And here we go. Starting lineup for the third to final race of the 2025 season. Bobby Mantle P1, EJ Luna P2, Jonathan Gaston third, Danny White fourth, Michael Thorpe Jr. fifth, Don Blazier sixth, Dustin Franklin seventh, Austin McGill eighth, Chuck Cobb ninth, Ricky Hudgens 10th place final driver. Dustin, the top 5 row column does not have to scroll. It is one and done.
It is one and done. 10 drivers will take the green flag tonight. As you can tell, a lot of drivers in the playoffs, Jeremy. So all but 3 of the 10 drivers are playoff drivers. And ironically enough, they are your top 7. Your top 7 are playoff drivers. 8th, 9th, and 10th are not. So going to see exactly how much this is going to have implications on the playoffs, Jeremy.
Yeah. If, you know, the top 4, especially at Talladega, right? If there's a wreck early, like that's gonna decrease a lot of points there. So you have to keep on top of your game. I mean, top 4, I've already mentioned it: Michael Thorpe Jr., Bobby Mantle, Jonathan Gaston, EJ Luna. Those are the guys truly competing. Dustin Franklin might have a say about it because he's here tonight, but you know, we'll find out. But yeah, let's just keep these trucks clean. That's the name of the game right now. 10 trucks for the broadcast sake, for the championship hopes of the driver's sake. Let's just ride this. Let's have some fun. Give us some spacing. Wait till the end to go ham on, you know, on the throttle and making some quick moves. But 85 laps, Dustin. 85 laps to keep it calm, cool, collective, and getting there to the end.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing, is making it to the end. In order to finish first, you first must finish the race. So that's been a staple saying for Nerd TV and us up here in the booth, and especially at any super speedway track like that. Jeremy, you know that myself and a couple other nerds, we partake in a weekly series. It'll be starting up tomorrow, actually, And that's usually the mindset. You know, we want to at least get to the finish of the race first. That's the first focus. Once we know we're going to be able to make it to that point, or at least feel pretty confident that we are, then we can start making some moves to try to get that first place.
Half a lap, and we'll be going a green flag racing here. And very foggy. So
Very foggy. I was super surprised at the fog.
It's fun as a driver, but for the broadcasters, I was kind of worried on our sake. If you go TV3 camera, at least I think the default camera I have set up, I need to load my Whiplash camera in there so I can get all the cool angles that you do. But the camera angle out of turn 1 looking into turn 3 right now is absolutely wild. Can barely see anything, but it looks like all your camera angles seem to be perfect for this, so I think we'll be okay.
Now we're gonna try to do a damn thing. That's what we're gonna try to do. Is they're working their way off of turn 4 right now, Jeremy. This is gonna be it again. Talladega, wild card race. Pace car pulls off, man. Coming your way.
Here we go. Pace car down. 10 trucks. Well, I said 10. We're at 6. 6 trucks.
I think some elected to start from the pits, my guy. I think that's what that is.
I mean, for 10 trucks, that's a risky move all in itself, I suppose. But here we go. 6 trucks to take the field, plus 4, hopefully, coming out of pit road. Green flag is in the air, and you see 2 pulling off pit road.
No, we are not going green flag.
Hold on. Waved it off. We're going to hold one more lap. Something was not right. I don't know if that was because of the lack of drivers on the grid and they wanted to give them a true chance. But here we go. We got Dustin Franklin, EJ Luna. They're merging now. They're going to be behind the 81 of Chuck Cobb. So that's going to bring us to 8 drivers. And the other 2 are not on track, Dustin. So we've already dropped 2. We're down to 8 drivers, at least at this moment in time. And, yeah, this will be fun. Austin McGill dropped out due to packet loss. The 99 truck who missed last week, who missed his chance at a three-peat. Oh, here we go. We're doing a backstretch restart. They're on the throttle. The curveballs here are unreal.
Let's go. All right.
Here we go. Yep. Green flag halfway through lap 1. For the first time in Nerd TV history, we're doing this live. 8 trucks. Here we go.
I told you we were going to be doing a damn thing. I was not expecting the backstretch 3 count to the green flag, but we are underway. Bobby Mantle leading the inside, but Danny White, man, getting big pushes from that 11 of Don Blazer, and they're going to put themselves P1 and P2 right now, and everybody lined up on that inside row right now, Jeremy. Nobody pulling out.
The only 2 trucks not on the field was Austin McGill dropped out due to packet loss, and Ricky Hudgens just straight up not in session. So 8 trucks will be it here this evening. Single file all the way. Danny White got his lap legs, going to pull to the outside just like that. They said, you know what, broadcast crew, we're going 2 by 2 all the way down to the back straightaway. Michael Thorpe making a good strong move to the inside behind his Chevrolet friend, as the 3 Chevrolets do lead the inside. Going to be the 11, 24, 34 leading the way.
Yeah, and then you got the 72. That is Gaston that's also moving up there. Bobby Mantle trying to give big pushes to the 64 of Danny White, and they're starting to move. Jeremy starting to make some moves going on now. So we know that second lane, and now the third lane's coming in. As now we see Dustin Franklin is trying to get something going, but Jeremy, without any help up there, he is not going to last. But what a solid run to get all the way up to Danny White.
They're having some fun out here. We appreciate it. 8 trucks, 2 by 2, 4 rows down the backstretch on lap number. Is it 3.5 or lap 3? I can't tell. They started the race halfway through this lap.
We'll call it lap 3.
Lap 3. The winner crosses the line on the back straightaway. Here we go off of 4.
Yeah, Don Blazer doing a good job right now, getting good pushes from the 34, Michael Thorpe Jr. Thorpe Jr. wanting to have a solid finish tonight. The last couple races, he has struggled, not had the finishes, not bad finishes, but I guarantee you not the finishes that he was probably hoping for, which is what's got the point standings a lot closer than what he probably would have liked. And right now, Michael Thorpe Jr. is battling with that second truck in line on that high side right now, Bobby Mantle. That is your first and second place in the standings right now.
Don Blazer outside, EJ Luna inside. EJ did lead the last time around on the actual start-finish line, which is the front stretch. All jokes aside again, as they run 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. 8 trucks here off of turn number 4. Still nice and foggy. Will be this way. Oh, the 34, Michael Thorpe with a go up to the top to fake out to the bottom. Is going to send EJ to the top. 3 wide for the race lead. Michael Thorpe Jr. takes the start-finish line that time as your race leader to start off lap 5.
Yeah, fake move there to try to get that opening there. Now head-to-head with the 11 of Blazer right now. You got Gaston and White are your pushers second in line behind your 2 front leaders, and they are 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back.
Don Blazer has the moment to go to the bottom, does not. He's going to keep good old Danny White in the 64 with him on the outside. Back to 2 by 2 all the way through. Into turn 3 and turn 4. Michael Thorpe can move to the top if he wants to leave Jonathan Gaston in truck 72. Does not do so. Remains to the bottom. As you're looking on board the roof camera of Jonathan Gaston, the man who's made all 30 starts this season. As they go off in a turn, Michael Thorpe still leading the way.
Yeah, still leading the way there. You see good spacing there by Gaston, getting some air to the front nose of that. Controlling those temps, that is key to longevity here at Talladega and at Daytona. And if you want to count it, iRacing SuperSpeedway as well. So, again, solid pushes. Give them everything you got down the straightaway. Let the truck breathe in the corner and rinse and repeat.
Having some fun out here off of turn 4 this time to complete lap 6. Thorpe Jr. still has Gaston right behind him. Chuck Cobb and Dustin Franklin is the inside 4 drivers. Outside 4 is Don Blazer, Danny White, Bobby Mantle, EJ Luna. Michael Thorpe's going to lead his 3rd straight lap of the night. Don's going to go nose to nose with the 34, getting into turn number 1 this time.
Yeah, now a lot of help on that top side, Jeremy. Only 3 trucks on that inside. Thorpe Jr., Gaston, and Cobb are the 3 on the inside. Everybody else is on the top side, led by the 11 of Don Blazer right now. They do have the momentum, Jeremy, and this is going to be a power struggle right here. As Danny White clears, he drops down. Does Blazer drop down? No, he stays up top, pushing from Bobby Mantle.
Here we off of turn 2 this time. Oh, turn 4, sorry, I had my camera wrong there. Turn 4 off in this foggy front straightaway.
It is so foggy. It's unbelievable.
New race leader, Don Blazer, back to the point as Michael Thorpe goes from 1st to 4th. That time on the scoring pylon. Might drop to 5th, who knows. Danny White's going to try to pull ahead here because Bobby's trying everything to get Don Blazer up and rolling to lead another lap here this evening. They just keep trading it as we're going drone cam, the tipsy cam by Boozy Jerky.
Yeah, and it's going to be continuous swapping back and forth, and that's what these drivers are doing. But that momentum right now, you see them go all the way up to the wall there, trying to get away from any side draft that inside line could have to try to hold on. And Don Blazer, Bobby Mantle clearly in the front right now. They can double clear down, but they maintain on that second groove, Jeremy.
89 goes to the bottom there, looking to make the pass over Don Blazer. Gonna make it happen based off that huge momentum shift from the inside lane. And now he's got Danny White on his back bumper, the only chrome truck out there. That chrome truck is sticking out like no other in this fogginess. You see these glossy paint schemes, and then kabam, you see this white chrome 64. This is how you get TV and sponsorship time, man. You just chrome it up in the fog, and here you go.
Oh, yeah, you can see that thing a mile away. But now we've had a power shift. So Bobby Mantle now leading the inside line. Danny White down there. Michael Thorpe Jr. was 3rd in line, jumps up to the high side in front of Don Blazer. They're going to try to get something going. So now we got 4 trucks on the outside, Jeremy, and 4 trucks on the inside, even split. This is going to see what lane can build that momentum up.
Bobby versus Michael this time. Back straightaway. Lap 10. It's very stagnant back straightaway. Not too much movement. 34 can drop down if he wants to. Decides to keep it up top this time. Oh, look in. Makes the last minute cut to go in front of Mantle. And he takes that lead momentarily as Don's going to try to pick up EJ Luna and get a slingshot here. Here we go, front straightaway. 10 laps down, 75 to go. 75 to go. We want to give shout outs on the Twitch and YouTube side. So Steve Racing 7151, our good buddy Steve, is on the Twitch side and the YouTube side. Says he was lonely on the Twitch side, had to come to the YouTube side. And then, of course, Michael Thorpe Sr. on there saying, Pops is checking in. Says, let's go, Junior, number 34. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Steve didn't actually answer my question from 24 hours ago. Which X? I still don't know that answer. From the YouTube chat yesterday. As we're looking at the 34 back to the point with the 11. He's got 5 versus 3 now on the top. Little uneven balance to try to get the 11 to the front over Michael Thorpe. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Who's going to get it? It's going to be oh so close. 8 1/1000ths of a second to Don Blazier.
Yeah, he's getting big pushes right now from EJ Luna, and we're on board with EJ right now. Trying to get that second line going. Started P2, did EJ Luna, currently sitting in 4th place, but again, those positions are easily made up on a super speedway like this here, as long as you can maintain draft, and as long as you can choose the right lane that has the forward momentum. And that is the tricky thing, Jeremy, because these lanes shift momentum so fast. Drivers' heads have to be on a swivel. They have to be able to pick up on that in order to keep moving forward.
A lot of spacing out, a lot of movement on the front stretch this time. Looking on the dashboard camera of EJ Luna there for a moment. Is there 3 wide halfway through the field? Don Blazier leads that lap. Luna getting a good shove to the 11 into turn number 1. Bobby Mantle's going to have some fun. He's going to drop to the back of this 8 truck field to see if he can't go back to the front, back to the front. Sometimes when you get these small fields, Dustin, it is a lot of fun to just go, you know what, I'm going to drop a half a second back behind everybody else and then have at it. Let's see what it looks like through the VR camera, going from 8th to 1st possibly.
Yeah, so again, I love this shot, and I'm super happy that Bobby Mantle was willing to work with us on this here to kind of give you an idea on the VR here. So for those of you that don't know, VR, when he turns his head, his actual camera turns. So when he sits here and, bobbles his head, that's why you see it moving around. You see the picture of him in the lower left. This is a different way of doing it. There's a couple different ways. I know some people do single monitor, triple monitor, VR. It's a cool aspect to see this and see some of the drivers' settings and how they do it, Jeremy. I know Steve can't do VR. Something like this here would make him so sick right now, motion sick, that he wouldn't be able to even finish a race.
Suck it up, cupcake is the term that I've heard. I'm just kidding. You can't actually do that. But needless to say, this is a fun camera here. You're watching them still hanging out in last place. Just kind of cruising along.
Oh, he heard you. He heard you. he said,
don't remind me.
Built that run up, and he's taking off right now. So, yeah, we're going to keep checking in on this camera angle, especially when he's right in the middle of the pack, and really see what he does. As he goes to the 3rd lane, Jeremy, he wants to maintain that momentum run. He goes to the 3rd lane. Don Blazier comes up as well on that 3rd lane. That's going to leave Danny White with nobody behind him. He's in the sucker hole right now until he gets help.
This is a fun angle here to see what he's going to do. Does he stick to the back of Blazier? Here he goes. What a momentum boost down the back straightaway on the outside lane. Not off corner exit, but utilize that whole backstretch to just Shove the 11 to the front.
Look at those
three
quick
wide,
looks.
2 rows deep.
Look at those quick looks to the mirror. That's how quick it is. When you see him dart to the top right and the bottom left, he's checking his rear mirror to see what's going on behind him, and he's checking his A-pillar mirror. There's a small mirror on that A-pillar right there, and that's how quick they are checking their mirrors.
You got to, even in a late truck field, man. You got to be looking around. You're 3 wide, you're 2 wide, you're trying to make some moves, and looky there, almost to the race lead 3 laps later from the time he started moving forward by being back there in 8th place. There he is. He's going to have the lead with the 24 giving him great shoves down the backstretch. Look at how much spacing they're putting between themselves and the trucks below.
Oh, absolutely. And again, I love that camera angle. Love seeing him work his way back up and see the head work that he had to do there as a driver. So kind of give you a little bit more of a immersion into the sim world by doing the same things that the actual drivers do. But while we were watching that up front, still got the 11 of Don Blazer leading the way. But Jonathan Gaston right now trying to get something working on that center lane. He's got Danny White behind him, but that third lane now has got 3 trucks. So, Jeremy, we are 3 wide right now. 2 wide for the lead, 3 wide for the next row.
All right, this is where I say, all right, I got back to lead. I'm going to drop back to last place again and then do it all over and have some fun cycling through the field. This is what we like to see, 3 wide in this small field. They said, I don't care. We're having a blast out here. We're on lap 17. Laps are flying by as we're getting just past the halfway mark in the fuel cycle, which we should be seeing these trucks around, what, lap 30 to lap 35?
Yeah, roughly right around there. Yes, they do run 100% fuel load on these things. So, yeah, they're probably right at halfway, maybe a little bit past that halfway point on their fuel consumption right now. But I tell you what, these drivers, man, they're making moves. They're trying some things. And I like what some of these drivers are doing. I've seen other drivers do it, not just Bobby Mantle. But go back to the back and then try to make a run. Try to time how long it takes you to build a run if you make the right calls, because you might need that later in the race.
There he is, yep, and he's doing it again. He's back there. Now he slingshots past the 64-72. Goes to the top all by himself, having the most fun. Let's see who slides up there and gets him. Does he pull some side draft? Off of turn 4, there's a little slide up there by Franklin. He's going to try to pull the 89 Mantle with him to get him propelled, maybe possibly to the race lead. We've seen it before. We can see it again. Lap 18 completed. Lap 19 underway.
Yeah, 2 trucks on that top side, Dustin Franklin, Bobby Mantle, but they are making gains right now. Dustin Franklin up side by side with Cobb for 3rd place. Franklin currently has 3rd place now, side by side with 2nd place. That's going to be Michael Thorpe Jr. They are making some moves. EJ Luna hops up to that 2nd lane as well. 3 trucks on that top side now.
Dustin moves to the inside, just like, oh, no, Tom Fakery. What are we doing? What a move. I thought he was going to continue it, but no, he wanted to give a last second, oopsies, you got me up here. I'm going to continue to pull you up here. But that's going to cost the momentum. And Don Blazer has a chance to lead this lap. It's going to be a drag race again, and the 11 won't happen that time at the line.
Yeah, and what could have happened, I mean, it's happened to me at times as well, is you think that you have that space there, and you absolutely do have the space, and then you go to make that merge down to go from midtown to downtown, and you just do a quick look in your mirror, and for whatever reason in your head, your brain calculates that you don't have enough room, so then you bail out on it real quick and come right back up to the next lane. It's tough because the momentum moves very, very fast. And there, Franklin finally clears the 11 of Blazer down on the front now, 74 to the front.
74 to the front, Mantle mid-pack. Blazer drafted very well at the 74 here on these couple laps now, completing lap number 20 as we're a quarter of the way through tonight's broadcast here. 8 trucks in, 8 trucks left, not a single crash in sight. We love to see it. We love the action out here. Still foggy with a little bit of sunlight I see starting to seep through in the turn 2 area.
Good. Hopefully it sits here and brings some good warmth there to try to clear this fog out a little bit. That would be fantastic to see. Current weather on the track now, you see not a whole lot has changed. Still 68 air temp, 79 on the track. Winds still the same. But now the condition has swapped from cloudy to overcast, which makes sense, Jeremy, because of this fog.
So foggy out here. It might be starting to clear up just a little bit. I'm starting to see a little more sunlight come through this part of the track right here. That might be an opportunity to have a complete weather swap. I don't know. We'll see how Talladega plays out. Kind of weird to see fog at 2 p.m. on an Alabama afternoon. But we're doing it. We're doing it live in the virtual world, simulated weather. We don't see the fog too often, so it's kind of a fun change-up. And yeah, there's more sunlight coming through 3. We might start to clear this thing out.
Yeah, I seen turn 3 looked a lot clearer there that time around from the beautiful camera angles provided by Whiplash SimCam. Love the work that Andrew does over there. Fantastic stuff, and we love showcasing the camera angles along with the Nerd TV kind of style overlay. It's always a good feeling. But right now, 3 deep. Right now, top and bottom lanes, Jeremy. Luna trying to sit here and eke past the 11 of Don Blazer. Thor pushing on the inside. You got Dustin Franklin pushing on the outside. Which lane is going to prevail?
22 laps in, we got 6 viewers on YouTube. Friendly reminder, we are now live once again on Twitch. So we are back to 2 platforms at this time. So if you have not liked, subscribed, followed our Twitch page, feel free to do so. Same thing as YouTube, it's just Nerditudes. Search it up, you'll see the comic book splashed in, and you know you're at the right page. And you can see it live there, you can see it live here on YouTube, which is I think where majority of the viewers are at currently, as we're now on lap number 24, and the number 24 leads the race.
Yeah, EJ Luna gets credit for that lap led right now, and then they instantly start losing momentum there. 4 trucks on that top side, 4 on the bottom right now, but a little disorganized on that bottom, Jeremy. Only 3 trucks are nose to tail. That's going to be Blazer in the 11, Thorpe Jr. in the 34, and Cobb in the 81, but the top 4 trucks are all nose to tail, and that is going to be huge when it comes to momentum shifts.
Side by side once more, EJ's trying to get it back. Might have a chance, 5 versus 3. As the 5th truck is kind of falling back. But yeah, back to EJ Luna. He's going to lead 2 laps in a row as we complete that lap. As we're getting closer and closer to pit stops here. I think it's a great time to take our third of the way through picture-in-picture commercial break. We'll be back before pit stops.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And back to full screen here, where I just went from a $48 bet winnings and then just lost it because the Broncos failed me miserably. But here we go. Pit stops underway. 5 trucks out of the 8 coming down this time. So 5 in now, 3 in next lap most likely. Lap 31 is the first pit. So definitely be a 2-stopper and done is pending. There is no cautions here this evening. 3, 2, 1. Everyone's in the box just like that. Looks like Danny White, a little slip up there. Caught him on camera. Had to pull forward. Usually you see him overshoot, not undershoot, but he got caught off guard there. Let's see how that affects the 64. 34 out first. Danny White's going to be out last. He's going to have... Oh, he spun the tires too. So him and Chuck Cobb are going to lose the 3-pack in front of him. So that's interesting.
Yeah, and that's tough. You know, we stated it, especially at plate tracks. The pit road, I mean, it can make or break a race. You want to get in fast, not super conservative. You want to get in clean, not slide your box. You want to get out, minimal tire spin, because the more you are spinning tires, the less actual traction you're getting and no acceleration. That means you're losing precious time getting back out on the track. Next set in, EJ Luna, Don Blazer, Dustin Franklin. That rounds out the remaining part of your 10-car field. 8 trucks on the track right now. Bobby Mantle and Michael Thorpe Jr. How ironic, Jeremy, that the 2 drivers going for the championship are way out in front right now together running P1, P2.
Well, for our sake, I'm hoping that we don't keep this thing severely spaced out. So here's Don Blazer exiting. He's going to lose the pack. Now, EJ Luna and Dustin Franklin might have a chance. There they go, blowing past the 11. He's done, at least with the 89 and 34. And a little scramble there from Franklin off the corner exit on the flat. Choked up the 24. That was kind of surprising, and it's going to catch Don Blazer up. What happened to the 74, Dustin? Do we have the VHS rewind effect?
Oh, we
I wanna see what happened to
absolutely
the 74.
do. You know we do, man. We got
I know
all
we
the new
do.
bells and whistles, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, man. We saw it.
Yeah, that was a big slip. Oh, that transition. So he
Yeah,
dipped the
man.
left tires just below that transition, cut it loose, and oh, EJ Luna flirting with that black flag there. Tires stayed below the yellow, but man, was he flirting.
Yeah, that would have been even more tragic for the 24, and he could come down. But now, the odds all of a sudden are 3 versus 2, 3 on the back, 2 in the front, as we are down to no, actually, it's 2 versus 3 versus 2 versus maybe 1. Chuck Cobb might have a chance to catch up to Danny White and Jonathan Gaston. We'll see how that plays out. And actually,
He's got the
they might
draft.
be all packed together
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah, I think these guys are all going to get packed together because right now Chuck Cobb is struggling right now, only because those trucks in front of him are getting the pole draft from the trucks in front of them. But as they sit here and gain, you already see Cobb starting to slowly bring them back in again. I think this is going to be a 6-truck field right now, and if they play their cards right, Jeremy, they should be able to chase down Bobby Mantle and Michael Thorpe Jr., but they've got to play their cards right.
Yep, they got to, and this is the only way to do it, just nose to tail. But they go 30 laps on this fuel cycles. They're going to get eaten up. There's no question. Right now, the speed, if you bring up the raceepi.com race telemetry, right now, your top 2 going 186, 187, and look at the front runner in this second pack, 189, 190. So they're about 4 to 5, even upwards of 6 mile an hour difference, depending on if they're on the corner or straightaway. And so these 2 top front will just get gobbled up eventually, probably in the next, 5 or 6 laps?
Yeah,
If maybe even less.
Yeah, because right now Franklin hitting anywhere between 89 and 191, and look at that speed difference, 183. So they're going to get gobbled up. All that second pack has to do is just maintain. They will chase them down. And again, that is your in-race telemetry presented by RaceEPI.com.
Yeah, not even 5 laps. It is going to be like 2. The speed is just way too strong, and there they go. They're going to go from first and second all the way back to 7th and 8th, unless someone jumps up and tries to help them move forward. Right now, they stay single file, so I don't see it being the case. They're going to hold the bottom. It's the best way to do it. And even more surprising, Dustin Franklin doesn't even want to move. He checks up all the drivers behind him just to stay in line, and I will correct myself. Bobby Mantle and Michael Thorpe stay to the front.
Yeah, both drivers stay to the front right now. Dustin Franklin elected to stay back behind for the time being, working lap 37 to 85. Steve says, Jeremy, you were thinking that Denver was going to help you? LOL. He had the Giants winning by 5.5 points. They were up 26 to 8 in the fourth quarter. I don't know how they messed that up. I can tell you, it was the Giants. So.
Yeah, I don't know if they were a choked artist or Denver decided to play ball. They're actually the favorites. They're 4-2 versus the Giants 2-4. So Denver should, in theory, have had that locked up. But they waited till, halfway in the fourth quarter to decide to play football and ruin my little high hope moment there. But it's part of it, I suppose. Lap 38 underway. We're going to go turn up the tudes. Listen to these trucks go around I almost said Texas. Talladega. We'll be back momentarily. are. We're back. Full screen lap 44, just past the halfway mark in tonight's Talladega race, third to the final race of the 2025 season for the Global Racing League Truck Series. As Michael Thorpe is on the chat saying 34, go get him, with his strong arm emoji on YouTube. So it's 6 live viewers on YouTube, so I appreciate y'all stepping in and watching. Not the biggest field by any means, but it's been a lot of fun regardless. Had a lot of fun doing it so far, halfway through. And there was a moment, Dustin, right before we went back live with our voices, that Don Blazier almost dumped it off of turn 4. I think he might have got tagged or something. That could have been a huge moment in this race.
Oh, absolutely could have. And I mean, that's the tough thing with bumps and everything else. It's you kind of take that risk, because if it's not dead on like that, or if you happen to make contact and then just slightly slide, it can really throw these trucks out of sorts. And at these speeds, Jeremy, I mean, we've seen what 2 trucks were pulling. They were pulling about 185. Seen a pack of 6 that was pulling 190, 191. It leads to not only big speed, but it leads to big wrecks like that, because they are hard to save at that speed.
Very challenging, very difficult, and somehow Don was able to keep it going, and we appreciate him for doing such. Completing a lap number 45 now. The 34, 24 are going to be drag racing it themselves to the line. Who's going to get it this time? Michael Thorpe off the exit of the tri-oval, with Chuck Cobb pressing the 34's rear end here on the turn number 1. Good job on his part to keep the 34 up front.
Yeah, Chuck Cobb getting good pushes right now. You see he pulls out. Might have been a temperature thing. That is going to put Bobby Mantle now being the pusher, so to speak, of the 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr. Still trying to get that outside going right now. You see right now they're just outside of the 64 Danny White, but they lost momentum on that driver swap that was second in line. But you see now they got that momentum going. Now they're side by side with Gaston. Luna, look at the momentum push from that top line.
Good, strong momentum. These 2 trucks are going to keep at least the 34 to the race lead. Bobby Mantle might have a moment to where he can clear the 24. It's so close. Does not clear EJ Luna into turn number 1. Michael Thorpe going to go to the inside. Going to leave Bobby out to dry momentarily until Chuck Cobb in 81 picks up the driver of the 89. Down the back straightaway, lap 47 underway. Shout out to one of our partners, RaceEPI.com. If you're in an open setup league like this, or an official session that you just want to pick up a W or do much better than what you're currently doing, there it is, Race EPI. That is Elite Performance Industries. Lots of car and track combinations built by some of the best setup makers in the iRacing service. RaceEPI.com.
Yeah, and again, they come in clutch for sure. And that was, we seen, while you were doing that ad read, we seen the 34 of Thorpe Jr. merge up right in front of the 72 of Gaston, and Gaston went to the 3rd lane and fell all the way back. So that kind of jumbled up the momentum, but the saving grace was there's more trucks on that top side than what there is in that low lane right now. Only 3 trucks down there on that bottom side, currently led by the 24 of EJ Luna. Then you have the 64 Danny White, 74 Dustin Franklin. Every other truck on that top side right now.
Yeah, Gaston got really shuffled out back there. He's a half a second behind the pack at the moment. Just kind of hanging tight. He's probably got the draft to close in. Let's see if he can do such.
Love his paint scheme, by the way. Absolutely love his paint scheme.
You know, I was really surprised. That scheme looks so good on a truck. It's a very universal scheme, but like the number placement is just non-existent. And this is like the only paint scheme with the unwritten rule is you don't have to have a number with it. You just drop it. It's fine. It's on the roof of the truck, but in the dirt world, you never have a number on that thing. At least not in, big bold letters like you typically see it.
Absolutely not when it comes to the late, great Scott Bloomquist. Absolutely not. You leave that bad boy untouched. Exactly how the legend had it. So I love seeing this scheme out there on the track. Probably one of my favorite schemes Right up there along with essentially any Ken Block scheme that's out there. I love Ken Block tribute schemes. Those things look so amazing.
100%. This is probably one of the best ones I've seen yet. Now here's 5 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and scratch that 4 and 4. Oh, EJ Luna gonna shuffle himself out, going from the leader of the outside lane
Franklin
out to
too.
last place. Franklin's gonna cycle back with him. Orange Spoiler's gonna have some fun in the back. Shuffling all over the place is Chuck Cobb and Don Blazer, left, right, inside, outside, through the back straightaway, snaking on lap 50. And just like that, we're all but single filed once the 74 does dip to the bottom. And there you go. For the first time since the last round of pit stops, we see them all single file.
And Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that Bobby Mantle and Michael Thorpe Jr. are the only 2 drivers out there without official teammates. I believe every other driver out there has at least 1 teammate. I believe there's the other ones are all 2. You got Lone Star out there. I believe you got Old Dogs out there, and 5 Aces Racing is out there as well. So I'm pretty sure Bobby Mantle with Grim Reaper Motorsports and Michael Thorpe Jr. with Full Throttle Motorsports are the only drivers without official teammates.
This is true, yeah. When you have 8 drivers, your teammates are very thinned out, and some parts of it completely gone. And so, you know, we got 1 yellow out here, you got 2 oranges, 1 blue, 2 whites, and 1 black, or 2 black spoilers. So there you go. Couple 1s, couple 2s, no 3s. I think that'd be overkill if one team had 3 drivers out here, Dustin. I would think that'd be an unfair advantage.
Yeah, you know, but we've seen it happen. I mean, these are the tracks. Super speedways are the tracks where teamwork makes the dream work. And in certain situations like Bobby Mantle and Michael Thorpe Jr., where they have no official teammates from Full Throttle Motorsports or Grim Reaper Motorsports, they've got to make some unofficial teammates out there, because you're going to need help. You're going to need the draft push or pull in order to try to make it to the end and try to grab that checkered flag.
Yes, Thorpe continues to lead the inside. 52 underway here. Very calm. Remember, the pit stops happened on lap 30, 31. So now we're on 52. So we can go another 9 to 10 laps before we're going to see him go down pit road. Maybe they'll shortcut the sequence. Who knows? But I don't think we'll do that, just because it doesn't leave too much room for an overtime effect if it happens to happen. But you know, hopefully, and thankfully we've not seen any cautions to this point. No wrecks to be had. They're all 8 still out here duking it out. No idea who's going to be the winner of this event. So they can go another 10 laps roughly. So I guess the mid-race lull is literally happening right now.
Yeah, and I mean, give them credit too, Jeremy. There may only be 8 trucks out there, but they're not just single lining it the whole time. These guys have gone 2 and 3 wide. I mean, they've been swapping positions. We've seen drivers go from downtown, skipping midtown, going straight to uptown, and vice versa, from uptown all the way to downtown. They've been dicing it up. I mean, they haven't just been doing follow the leader or anything else. They've been giving us some stuff to talk about, and some angles, and you know, some footage to capture. So they're out here having fun. I mean, we are going down now, Jeremy. We're almost at that 30 laps to go mark right now, and they're out here having fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching it from our perspective. I'm sure they've been having a lot of fun duking it out 2 wide, 3 wide, back to the front, front to the back, just completely cycling and have a great time. As we got the boozy, jerky, tipsy cam back in the air once more, as we're going single file, truck by truck by truck, till we get to EJ Luna, P8, final truck in this field. As we're crossing the line this time, lap 54 complete, 55 underway. So after this lap, it'll signal 30 laps remaining.
Yeah, and at this point in time, Jeremy, I mean, they can make it to the end without any green-white checkers. I would expect them to stay out just a couple more laps, give them a little bit of some leniency on that, a little bit of a buffer. As we see the 89 Bobby Mantle, he's taking that run right now to the outside, but he doesn't have anybody behind him. at this point in time. Everybody lined up. You're going to see that 89 go straight to the back if he doesn't get any help.
Yeah, he's probably going to the back. Passing is minimal with the single file, and there's no draft help to the top. Bobby's wanting to try something, but right now, no takers. Not a single soul on that second lane at this time, but there's a lot of space between Gaston and Blazier. He might be able to drop in, or does Gaston even let the 89 back into P3? He's got the gap. If he wants to squeeze it, he does. Yes? No?
No?
He wanted to, but takes a side draft.
He does. He takes the side draft, picks it up, and now the lane switches. We got some drivers starting to poke. That's Don Blazer out there. Thought about it, pulled right back in. And that's going to put Bobby Mantle side by side with second place Danny White. He's kind of hovered in between Danny White and Michael Thorpe Jr. Now he's falling back. Is he going to take that spot now? There's room in front. No, Gaston closes the door right now. Bobby Mantle going to slide back further.
He's hanging around that fourth place, third or fourth, surprising me on how well he's doing without any draft help from behind that truck. Lap 57 now underway, 29 laps remaining in this third to final race of the 2025 postseason, the Global Racing League. Side drafting heavy over the 64, keeping Bobby up to P2 or P3 is where he fluxes around. And he's even flirting with the 34 side draft. Look at him go.
Oh, yeah, the side draft is strong in these NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series trucks. And if you know how to use it and you can get close, you can maintain. And Bobby is showing that, I mean, perfectly right now, that you can maintain. But you have to have a lot of trust with that driver on that inside that you're getting side draft with. Because if they wash up in the least little bit, contact is going to be made. And Jeremy, the rest, as they say, is history at that point in time.
100% here as we are narrowing down the final few laps before the next round of green flag pit stops. As Bobby is officially giving it up, going all the way back to last place. And there he goes, cycles through. Knows he needs to get down before these pit stops happen. And now, expect at any moment in time, the final pit stops. Up when I say that, here comes Bobby. He's going to slingshot once more in the back.
Yeah, I don't know. Some drivers were kind of showing that they were going to be pitting. I seen a couple trucks kind of dip their left tires below the yellow, so I don't know if that was a sign of pits or not, but it doesn't look like it. But look at that side draft from Bobby Mantle back up to P2, trying to fight for that first place, trying to see if he can't get that run time, see what goes on. Flow2K3 in the YouTube chats. Welcome back, buddy. Says, go 24. Yes, that many O's.
Go 24 and go subscribe to our Twitch page there, Flow2K3. Welcome to the broadcast, and we need a little assistance on the Twitch side. So anything over there would be greatly appreciated as we're watching Jonathan Gaston dipping out of line really late in this cycle. He said pit stop's coming out. Psh, nope, I'm going to the front, baby. We're trying it.
Yeah, speaking of pit stops, it has been 27 laps since these drivers hit pit road. They ran 31 to 32 laps on the first stint, depending on when they came down for green flag, Jeremy. So these drivers trying to get everything they can right now to gain everything, as pit stops will be coming up. If it's anything like what the first stint went, they've got about 2 to 3 more laps before we see them start diving down to give them that same amount. But essentially, it is open from this point on. They are past that point of safe return. So if they want to try the short pit option, they absolutely could. But you need friends with that. And speaking of friends, Jonathan Gaston found one in Danny White. Those two make a move. Gaston to the front now. Danny White, P2.
Danny White, P2. Gaston leading this thing after taking it all by himself on the outside to slingshot himself into position. And here we are. Lap 60 completed. This time around 25 laps remaining in this Talladega race 8 of 10 in the postseason for this season. And yeah, here we go. I would expect next 1 to 2 laps, maybe 3 at most. Little movement through the field. Looks like the 81 wants to have some fun, Dustin. He jumps to the top.
Yeah, Chuck Cobb trying to make a run for it as well in that beautiful 81 machine. I might be a little biased on it, but that's okay. He's trying to, but again, no help up there, and that's what's tough. And he's not utilizing that side draft, so he's going to fall back right now. You see battling with the 24 and the 89 for those positions, and he's looking like he's going to have to fall in line right behind the 89 of Bobby Mantle.
Keep yourself up to date all the time with all the commands from the iRacing Control Center and all the flags and all the spotter notifications from iRacing iFlag. Pick yourself up a customized 64 LED unit today. You can customize the 3D print of the casing and the stand that it sits on. Plus, you can customize the base with 2 different customized 3D printed options with any color choice that you want. So you can put your name, your number, your logo, a meme that could 3D print whatever you want on this unit. Very bright. It's much better than the little iRacing flag that they give you on the upper left.
Even with the new UI, it's still better.
Yeah, the new UI looks better, but you can't resize it. So it's still tiny. It doesn't do the justice compared to what iRacing iFly can do for your setup. And you can attach it to anywhere, not just your desk. Into if you have a roll cage system, you can do that. Your chair,
Mine's
whatever. Get creative with it.
Mine's wall mounted right above my SimRig TV, literally dead smack center, right above the TV, wall mounted.
Can't miss that, right? It's right
Absolutely.
in front of your face, just a little above your center vision, and see, take it from Dustin. He's got it mounted. That means he owns one, and that means he loves it. We all use it here from Nerd TV, so pick one up today at iRacingIFlag.com.
All right, Jeremy, I would expect pit stop's going to be starting probably right about now as we talk about it. And you got trucks diving down, Jeremy. Looks like you got about 5 of them. Danny White, actually 6 of them. Danny White, Michael Thorpe Jr., Gaston, Mantle, Blazer, and Cobb all coming down. That is only going to leave Dustin Franklin and EJ Luna out there by themselves. I would expect to see the 74-24 duo come down this time by.
Yeah, they got to be, right? There's no way they don't. Because they're just going to lose it so much time. You have to make it down this. You saw the difference on the first green flag cycle, where it took them a few laps to get there. And also, they had some issues. Remember, EJ Luna followed Dustin Franklin out, and he almost spun the thing. So if they cannot do that, they should be okay to catch up to this leaders. But I don't know, 2 versus 6. We haven't seen that yet. Here's pit road. Let's make it a good one.
Yeah, EJ Luna taking the wide approach, Franklin the shallow approach. Clean entry by both, almost side by side. Good entry by both drivers, and that's what they need. They could not be conservative on this entry. Only 2 trucks versus 6. They need to be in and out as clean as possible, and that is the biggest thing that they need right now. Because I'm telling you what, these drivers here, they're on their way. Danny White, Michael Thorpe Jr., they're out to a decent lead right now. Bobby Mantle in tow, trying to sniff the draft, should have it. And then everybody else super spaced out, Jeremy. This might help Luna and Franklin out quite a bit.
I didn't see what happened. They all 6 came in bundled up, and then for whatever reason, Danny White in the 64, Michael Thorpe, they got well locked together. Bobby Mantle, he's going to be there. He should have their draft. But then you look at Jonathan Gaston and Chuck Cobb, who are just a mile almost, it seems like, away from the 89. They're a whole 2 turns behind. As you load up the iRacing iFlag track map, you can see the distance between these 2 sets of trucks. There it is. The gap is just about a quarter of a track. So that's, what, just underneath a mile worth of distance. I might actually be right on that assumption of a
That's pretty accurate calculation.
Yeah, there you go. So I don't know if that's going to be recoverable. 3 versus 2. You got 3 in front, 2 in the back, trying to catch up. That might be a little painful. And you're looking at the 24 and 74.
They made it out in front.
They did, which is even more of a surprise to me.
Absolutely. They did a fantastic job on that. And again, that's the track map presented by iRacing iFlag. But yeah, they did a fantastic job. But just like we seen when it was Bobby Mantle and Michael Thorpe Jr. out front, they're going to get gobbled up by these other 3 trucks. But it's going to be a 5-truck pack at that point in time. And then you're going to have Gaston and Chuck Cobb back there. And then Blazer is way off the pace. The only thing that's going to help him at this point in time, and really Gaston and Cobb, is going to be that dreaded yellow that, besides those 3 drivers, probably nobody else wants to see.
100%. We're going to be starting off lap 67 right now. So it'll be 19 to go. Now it's 5 versus the 2. So that is all said and done. Don Blazer all by his lonesome, falling back further and further. So as long as there's not a caution, Don Blazer is officially out of this race as far as being in contention of the race lead. And the 2 that were to go, Chuck Cobb and Jonathan Gaston, they are a 13-mile-an-hour difference falling back. So it is now down to a 5-truck race to settle this thing out.
Absolutely. And like I said, I mean, besides these 5 trucks, and there's no driver in this frame right here that wants to see that yellow flag. Why? Less drivers that they have to try to compete to get that dub at the end of lap 85. But everybody else, Gaston and Cobb and Blazer, they're wanting to see a yellow for whatever reason, because that is their only hope to try to get that closed back up.
You're filing through turn 1 and turn 2 here. The fog has kind of resettled out a little bit. It started to clear up about halfway in the race, and then it did not. So we'll see what happens here as we're out on board the roof camera of the 64.
Yeah, Danny White started P4, currently in first place. He has been up here, Jeremy. He knows how to get it done, put himself in good position with 18 laps to go. The thing is now it's just focus. Just run a clean race to get to the end. You know there's going to be some moves. You know drivers are going to sit here and pull it 2 wide, 3 wide, especially to try to get to that checkered flag. And this track poses probably some of the best finishes because of the placement of the start-finish line. It's not in the trial. Well, it's actually after the exit of pit road. And it does. It poses that little extra for drivers to try to build momentum up. But you have to have your timing on point.
Yep, you really do here as we're tuning right on board here. Your race leader going through. No more pit stops to be had. We're running it to the very end of this event. We're going to be 16 laps today. We're going to take a quick picture-in-picture break. We'll be back before the finish of this race.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy jerky. The original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And here we are, from now to the end, the final 10 laps remaining at Talladega. And we got 5 trucks duking it up for the race win. The other 3 have fallen off quite a bit as they're picking up the 72. The 81 and the 11, by the way, are picking up the 72. So it'll be 3 versus 5, but they are almost a full lap down at this point. So no contention to get back to it. 64 Danny White just cruising as your race leader. They are following behind the chrome truck here in these final laps.
Yeah, but, I mean, we've got 10 laps to go left in this race, 9 as they cross the line this time. If they catch those other 3 trucks, Jeremy, they can play a factor because those are trucks for draft help. And when this race is coming down right now to the end, these drivers trying to figure out who their friends are, who's going to be able, they're going to be able to trust to work with them, and who they're trying to beat right now. That's why you see all these drivers. There's not really any of them trying to make any move, Jeremy, because making a move now, they're wanting to put themselves in position. I can tell you the toughest position right now is right where that 64 chrome, shiny driver Danny White is at right now, because you are a sitting duck at this point in time. We've been in a number of super speedway races, Jeremy, and that is probably the worst place that you and I, have ever been, coming down to the final laps of any event like that, because your head's got to be on a swivel.
Yeah, I do know out of these 5 drivers, there is only 2 trucks that are on the same team. EJ Luna and Dustin Franklin. The yellow spoiler's by itself, the blue's by itself, the black one's by itself. And you know the 34 and 89 don't want to hook up because they're a 4-point spread in the points. So they're trying to separate themselves, not put themselves neck and neck with the final 2 races. So we're going to see how they want to play that out. So does that help the likes of Danny White, where he knows that maybe friendship's not a thing directly behind him? Or does that allow the orange spoilers from Lone Star Racing to say, hey, we're going to go nose to tail and we're just going to shoot to the front. I don't care how you guys want to deal with it. They'll make it interesting.
Yeah, and we're riding on board right now with our Caffeine Team driver cam. That's the one Bobby Mantle right now with his VR headset. And Jeremy, I see him doing something. Hasn't been following enough to build up any temps, but I see him poking about a quarter to a half of his truck up to that third lane, or that second lane, that high side, showing high side. And I'm kind of wondering if he's trying to test to see if any other drivers are trying to do that, trying to gauge who he could work with and who he might be able to utilize and work together with to, net benefit a better finishing position for everybody.
Yeah, he's doing a couple things, keeping that truck nice and cool as well, just in case he has to push someone at the very end. Yeah, or like you said, just kind of testing to see who wants to do what. You can kind of get a feel for it because there's a lot of hesitation. It's one of those who dips out of line first moments, and someone's going to have to do it. And so if Bobby's like, you know what, I'm going to see if someone wants to kind of read with me. Maybe they want to make a move to the top. I'll go with them right away kind of thing. So it's very common to see a couple drivers kind of do that. And then you see some drivers who just straight up don't care and full send it to the outside early. We're seeing none of that out of these 5. So Bobby continuing to dip it about a quarter to a half a nose up over the 24's right rear to kind of put the air on the nose, see what's going on. Franklin's not putting any pressure behind Mantle as well, keeping that space nice and open, about a whole truck length almost, as we're coming up to 5 laps to go.
And we're also coming up to lap traffic. So those 3 trucks, being Chuck Cobb, Don Blazer, and Jonathan Gaston, those are your 3 trucks right up there. You just seen them in the same frame. They are catching them, and they're going to have more momentum. They're going to go around them. But like I stated, Jeremy, that is 3 more trucks that can be utilized and can provide draft assistance if drivers can utilize them properly and to the best extent. We've seen each one of those drivers up at the lead or pushing a truck up to the lead, so they know how it's done. So this could be pivotal.
Here we go. They're going to the outside. They like to hold the bottom, which I know you're not the biggest fan of, but I actually observed this today in the Cup race. Alex Bowman by himself held the inside lane, and the 2 and 3 wide, they had to go to the outside to pass the lone car on the inside of the exit turn 2. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It seems to be the preferred way to do it. And as they get around this 2 and 3, just like that, Danny White moves to the bottom, and there's your lead change, 34 Michael Thorpe. Now Danny is going to hope that Chuck Cobb can get him back there to the front.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, those drivers know how to get it done. They've pushed before, but that's a huge momentum change. And yeah, Jeremy, I am not a fan of forcing the leaders to the outside. Now, yes, I get it. I know the racing etiquette as a car that's going to be lapped. Make your line predictable for the leaders. But at a super speedway, when 9 times out of 10, when you're in line and you're training like that, that inside line, the shortest route around the track, is the preferred groove. I've never been a fan of that, but I've also been a driver in Danny White's position and Michael Thorpe Jr.'s position where I've had to lap cars like that. And as long as they're predictable and they maintain that so that we can get around safely, I can overlook that.
81-11 and 72 are dancing with the leaders. They are not giving it easy. Are taking it easy with these 5 drivers for the race. And here we go, 3 wide race lead, 74, Dustin Franklin. Gonna shove EJ Luna way out of the way. Teammates completely separated. Now is every man for themselves here. 2 laps to go at the start-finish line this time. Franklin leads the inside. Michael Thorpe Jr. leads the outside. It'll be a drag race to the 2 laps to go, Mark.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. EJ Luna went from downtown to midtown on that one there, and Michael Thorpe Jr. seen an opening in the center and pushed it 3 wide, and that's what shuffled EJ Luna to the tail end of that top side, 4th truck in row. Right now, Dustin Franklin, good pushes from Danny White right now as he's well out in front. Both of those drivers can elect whatever lane they want. And that top side trying to gain momentum right now. That's going to be Michael Thorpe Jr., Bobby Mantle, your championship contenders in P1 and P2 in the exact same order that they're running on that track right now for amongst themselves. And then Chuck Cobb is going to be the 3rd truck in line. 5 on the inside, 3 on the outside, Jeremy, as they come to 1 to go.
At the line this time, it'll be white flag, 1 to go, presented by absolutely nobody. 2.5 miles remaining left in this race. Door touch, the 1181, both not for position. That's fine. They're in the back. Dustin Franklin, a whole truck length ahead. And even a little bit more as Danny White almost has Michael Thorpe Jr. cleared. You're going to see that outside launch. No, a lot of movement. No, they keep it steady and clean. Halfway down the back, Dustin, here they go into turn 3.
Into turn 3, Michael Thorpe Jr. has a nose on Dustin Franklin side by side into turn 3. That bobble costly to the inside lane, but they regain momentum. Franklin now has a truck length or more over. Danny White jumps to the top side, contact. Oh my, side by side right now. Franklin, White, who's going to get it? Oh, through the tri-oval, more wrecking going on. Who's going to cross the line first? EJ Luna, out of nowhere, who got shuffled out, comes through for the win.
I don't like it, Dustin. I don't like it one bit. Lap traffic causing the wreck here off of the tri-oval and allowing EJ Luna to steal this victory. Not in position until after the wreck starts on the tri-oval. I thought it was going to be Dustin Franklin all day. We'll have to kick it back to the Nerd TV replay to see what exactly just happened. And Michael Thorpe Jr. went from first to last to first, all in a blink of an eye, or second place rather. And here we go. We're going to see the bobbles all over the place. And it's just a bad bump from the 72, possibly from that angle, as there's EJ Luna. That's how he stole the win.
Yeah, stole the win there. We're going to try to go back and see if we can't see a little bit more here. So this goes back a little further. This is coming out of turn 4 at this point in time. And this right here is where Danny White jumps up. And, oh, yeah, the 72 went to follow him. It was just that tunnel vision, made contact with the 34. That's what started that, put Thorpe Jr. in the wall. The 72 was just glued to the 64 Danny White there and was just following him wherever he went. Was not clear. And then we go a little further on. And, yeah, looks like a possible bad bump. It was a bump and then a slide on the 64, which is what sent the 64 around. Bobby Mantle involved in that. Don Blazer involved. Dustin Franklin. Literally everybody else involved in that, with the exception of EJ Luna, obviously. And, wow, what a finish. Bobby Mantle in reverse to round out the podium. Wow.
Yeah, that was very nutty there. The 72 caused all the contact, it seems like, on the front stretch to end this race and give the win ultimately to EJ Luna, who just takes it at a complete surprise. We'll see if we can chat with them and everybody else. It looks like we got all 3 of them ready to go, but we're going to go over our top 10 finishing results. Here first, EJ Luna, Michael Thorpe Jr., Bobby Mantle. We'll be talking to these guys here momentarily. Danny White, Dustin Franklin, Jonathan Gaston, Chuck Cobb, and Don Blazer, the 8 trucks that actually did take the green flag, and then the 2 trucks who were in session and tried to make it. Austin McGill, Ricky Hudgens, those 2 are scored 9th and 10th. And there you go. There's your results. We're going post-race. We're going to talk to our top 3, see what they got to say about this very small field but high energied race. That was the most energetic 8 truck field I've ever seen in my entire life. And we're going to bring in Bobby Mantle right now. Bobby, this is Jeremy and Dustin in the booth. What's up?
Oh man, that was a pretty wild one, even for just 8 of us showing up.
Yeah, the racing was phenomenal. I called the race the same exact way as I would have a 20 or 30 truck race. It was just you guys made it happen. 2 and 3 wide all over the place. It was fun to call, fun there. And that last lap though, boy, that shuffled some things up, huh?
Oh my God, did it ever? So I was trying to push Thorpe like hell and hoping for any chance I could try to squeak out front. And I was pushing for just a little too long. Oil temps were blinking, getting angry at me, so I had to dip up high, try and get some air, pull back down. Then I guess Gaston went to follow Danny with that move, which slammed Thorpe into the wall. I went down low, and then Blazer got hooked with that push, and it was just that was all she wrote. Everyone was just spinning around, and yeah, I never thought EJ was going to win that.
Neither did EJ.
Yeah, there. Dustin, you got anything from Mr. Bobby here? What we got him?
I tell you what, man, it's we showcased your VR headset, man, and it's just to give more insight on that. How much does that immerse you into the sim rig, actually having full control of what your sim driver is doing just with the turn of your head?
I feel like I'm in the truck, like in combination with this bucket seat that I have and the strength of this wheel and everything. It feels like I'm there. Like I kind of lose track of reality a little bit. It puts me in the truck. Depth perception is amazing. It's as if you were actually driving your own vehicle. Like it's really cool. And I know guys say triple screens gives you like more to see, but you can't take away from the immersion with VR.
Oh, absolutely. And I got one last question before we allow you to give your shout outs and thanks is points battle, man. I mean, this was a wild card race. You survived, got a podium, better than some of the other drivers. But what's it going to take to try to close that gap up in the final 2 races of the 2025 Global Racing League Truck Series to try to see if you can't come out on top of that 34?
I think I'm just gonna have to survive Martinsville. We got that next week. That can go any which way. It's very easy to get destroyed there. I think I was 4 points back from Thorpe before this race, but I got the pole bonus, so that should put me up possibly ahead, unless Thorpe might have gotten the most laps led. I'm not sure here. We'll have to see when we input the points, but it's going to be close. I'm thinking it's going to come down to Phoenix and who finishes ahead of who.
All right, man.
That's what it's looking like.
That is what it's looking like. But I tell you what, excellent job tonight. Good job surviving and holding true to what we always say up here in the booth is you first have to finish a race before you can attempt to finish first. So you finished the race, and in classic style, going backwards across the line. Yes, we did catch that as well. So, but the floor is yours, my man. Any shout-outs, any thanks you'd like to give?
Well, as always, you guys for putting on the show, sticking through with us to the end, even though we're limited drivers. And shout out to the guys who did show up. I appreciate you seeing this through to the very end. And good luck in the next 2 races.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. See who turns out, how much fun we can have. It was a blast tonight. Man, have a good rest of your night. We'll catch you next week.
All right, see you guys.
Yes, sir. Driver the 89, Bobby Mantle, P3 tonight. Now the man who went from 2nd to 7th to 2nd, all within a quarter of a lap. The 34, Michael Thorpe Jr. Didn't think we'd talking to you up here after that trial, huh?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so thankfully you got taken out there off of turn 4. That kind of saved you, I think, possibly. You guys put a lot of fun out there. The show was great. For 8 trucks, there's a lot of 2 and 3 wide. I was hopeful to see that. We definitely got it. So you made it fun for us. Walk us through your last lap.
Well, I thought I was gonna have something for 74 up front. Yeah, I don't know what happened on the last lap. I guess I got shoved up in the fence by either 64 or 74. I can't make out who it was, but boy, it was something. But yeah, just saw them all wrecking. I thought I had a chance to even win it until I saw Luna get fast. I'm like, oh. But second place, I sort of extended the points against Bobby, so that was the main goal for going in tonight. So, I mean, all in all, it was all right.
Yeah, no, definitely a great night for yourself there. Points might or might not spread the points a little bit. Dustin, what you got for runner-up here tonight?
So fantastic job. I mean, surviving Talladega. It's always a wild card race. This place and Daytona. So excellent job surviving it to the end. Still got the P2. Always having the championship points in the back of your mind. Now we got 2 races left. Martinsville and Phoenix. And if memory serves me right, you ran very well at Martinsville the last time you guys were here. So can we expect to see a run like that again to try to help secure your points standings? And what else is it going to take to ensure that 89 stays behind you at the end of Phoenix?
Well, I got a good feeling that because I'm a good short track racer, I got a good feeling about Martinsville. I got a feeling I'm either gonna get second or first, for sure. As for Bobby and Phoenix, it's all about coming down with the setup. He's definitely a good driver there as well. I think that's actually one of his best tracks. So I got a feeling that he'll be a challenge up there. But again, Phoenix is sort of a short track, so it can come in my hand, it can come in his hand. It's just about who has the better setup and who puts the more work in, and who wants it more.
Oh, absolutely. And it's I know for a fact you guys both want it, but yeah, you're right. It's down to who wants to put in that wheel time and who wants it the most hungry for sure. But I tell you what, man, fantastic job. Excellent job getting across the line even after that contact from the 72 of Gaston is who that was. He had that tunnel vision and was following Danny White and was not clear. So it happens, especially at these tracks here. But excellent job, man. But the floor is yours. Any shout-outs, any thanks you'd like to give?
Shout out to Team Watson Racing Setups and Full Throttle Motorsports and The Guardian. And shout out to my old man. He's sitting there watching. Hopefully he didn't fall asleep. I kind of put on a good show for him.
I think it was a pretty good show for everybody that showed up here tonight. So I appreciate you. And good luck in Martinsville, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. That was your runner-up there, Michael Thorpe Jr., continuing to try to get that championship at the end of the season. 2 weeks from tonight. And now we got our race winner, number 24, EJ Luna, who thought maybe top 5 was like going to be where he is, 4th place, somewhere around there. Then nope. P1. Welcome, man.
Yes, sir. How the hell did that happen?
Great question. That's a replay to watch. Everything transpired all at one time. And prior to that, what was your mindset trying to prepare yourself to put yourself in a position for the win? Because I know you're in the points. You're, 17 out coming into this thing, so you needed some assistance, and boy, you got it.
Yeah, I was just trying to collect as much points as I could by maybe leading a lap, maybe the most laps, but that didn't work out. Towards, I think it was like 5 laps ago, I kind of got shuffled out. I thought it was over. And, well, all that chaos ensued on the front stretch, and we stole one.
That's what you got for Mr. EJ Luna here. It's a nice winner.
Yeah, so with about 5 laps to go, man, you touched base on that. You got shuffled out. You went from the downtown to midtown there, and Thorpe Jr. had different thoughts there as you drifted up, and he put it 3 wide and put you all the way to that high side. When you fell back like that, and I know you said that you felt like it was done, but what did you have to do to stay in the mindset to try to keep yourself in position like that? Because, as they say, it's not over till the fat lady sings, man, and this was a prime example of that.
Yeah, I was just trying to hang in there with them. I really didn't expect that wreck there. I saw that my teammate Dustin was leading, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to stick with this bottom line, try to get him out there in the front by the time we get to the checkered. And we come around turn 4, they start beating and banging. I went down low. I'm on a single monitor. I want to apologize to Don Blazer. I didn't really mean to wreck him there. But yeah, man, they all wrecked, and I snuck right through it.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely did. It's I was trying to sit here and figure out who it was, and I had to go to my timing tower, and I seen your name up there and switch the camera just to see you cross the start-finish line. So I was surprised, probably just as much as you was, that you crossed the line. But I tell you what, Flow 2K3 had better sit here and give you some good props and shout-outs, because he shouted you out earlier, said, go 24. Haven't heard squat from Flow 2K3 since then, and you hit victory lane. So you better give him all kinds of shit, my man.
Oh, yeah, Flo, thank you so much for your support, everybody else. that tuned in. Man, this is crazy. I'm still in disbelief.
He doesn't want to give him shit, Dustin. It's okay.
No, it's okay.
He gives him a nice shout out. He's cheering him on regardless. But yeah, I mean, where is he? Look at Dustin Franklin even beat him. to the
Yeah, he
punch.
did.
Yeah.
Dustin
Good
Franklin
win.
giving the shout out too,
yeah.
man. Way before. Jeez.
It's my teammate right there.
There you go. I tell you what, man, it was well earned. You found yourself in the right place at the exact right time to get that dub. Much needed with points as close as what they are. Fantastic job, man. But the floor is yours. Any shout outs, thanks you'd like to give?
Thank you so much for putting this on. I want to make a big shout out to my uncle. He recently passed away, so this one's for him. Everybody else that's watching, my teammates, Dustin, Global for putting this on, and thank you guys, Nerditudes.
I appreciate you, man. Good win once more. Go get him in Martinsville and try to get yourself in that good mix to have a great show at Phoenix 2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
EJ Luna, tonight's race winner here, as he picks up his second win of the overall season. What a fun race. 8 trucks, Dustin, but it didn't feel like it was 8.
No, I mean they put on a hell of a show. They really did. I mean, it's even with 8 trucks. I mean, 2, 3 wide battles, shuffling from between all 3 lanes. I mean, side drafting. Just amazing runs. People trying slingshot Hail Marys on the top side to see how far the momentum would get them. For 8 trucks on the track, they did a fantastic job. I mean, and hats off to these drivers for still doing it. And we were a little worried when we seen the driver count, but we're like, you know what? Let's give these guys the benefit of the doubt and see if they can't put on a show. And Jeremy, I'd say they delivered.
I would say they delivered too, and I also like to say that I think we're safe of not having 20 cautions at Martinsville next week. If the driver count does kind of remain the same, I expect a very clean but fun, exciting Martinsville race. So guys, tune in next week, Twitch and YouTube, both just under the name Nerditude. So we're going to close this thing out. Dustin, appreciate you. It's always great layout. I think it was a flawless round 1 for the new overlay and everything. So good job. And we'll do it again next Sunday, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. You guys, until then, stay safe. Get your nerd on. Dustin, what you got for him?
As always, it's not goodbye. It's just till next time. Stay nerdy out there.
Touchscreen and louder to the range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber is rolling, the fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines climb. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Through each hairpin, a battle unfolds. Victory forged in the fire of the Touchscreen and louder to the range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber moves roll with a fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pound and engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel through the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm.